Welcome to Muddy River News this week, furnished by Harvey's. I'm Bob Goff. Eric Dooley is my guest, and he's the man who runs the light show in town, the Festival of Lights, getting ready. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
5 years?
Yeah.
This is year number 5. Wow.
Yep. 5th anniversary seems like it's sometimes it seems like it's a marathon, other times it seems like it's gone by so fast. So we're sprinting now until Thanksgiving Day, a week from today, when we open up, and pretty excited for the 5th anniversary of the Festival of Lights.
And Thanksgiving's early this year. Does that have an impact?
Huge impact. I mean, the 23rd is the earliest it's been since we've, participated in the Festival of Lights. It'll be, for example, it'll be the 28th next year. So a big difference. Those as you're working every single day up until opening day, it makes a significant difference to have it this early in the year, and trying to make sure we wrap everything up for a good experience for everybody who comes through on Thanksgiving Day for opening day.
And you've got, but it's also nice having those extra 5 days for people to enjoy it too.
Absolutely. So. We'll be open more days this year than ever before, from Thanksgiving all the way till the 31st of December. On New Year's Eve will be our last evening open. So we'll be there, more opportunities to see the display than ever before.
How many displays are they going to have this year?
Somewhere between 800 and 1,000. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be the biggest display that we've ever produced. That's what our goal every single year is, to try to make sure that we're making the community proud of what we're producing. We always talk about, we want people to be able to say, when their family and friends come over for the holidays, to be able to say, we have a great display, we'd love to take you guys out to see it. And it's our job to fulfill those expectations and hopefully make everyone proud, and make sure that they feel comfortable saying that.
When you had your discussions about taking this over, I know that Bob Scott and John Groves were kind of like, realize this is a big undertaking. They weren't lying, were they?
They weren't. I talked to John and Bob both this year, and talked to Bob real recently, and we were off to kind of a tough start there for a little while, and Bob came out, and the Avenue of Lights made a donation to us this year that we're super happy with, and thankful for their generosity. And they weren't. The magnitude of the project is enormous. I don't think people can possibly imagine sometimes, how long that we're there, and sometimes we're in the park as early as August, doing things that we can that are off the ground. We're doing trees and things like that. By September, sometime during the month of September, the semi-trailers are going to be delivered, and we're going to start unloading things. And so, you think about how long we've been there already, and in the entire month of October and all of November. We'll be there all of December, and then you start picking up, and with the goal of the coldest months of the year, picking up in January, February, March, to be out of the park so the park can open to the community again in spring by April. So we're there for 6-7 months every single year. So,
and when you look at it in that regard, you do have that window, because obviously the parks have got baseball and all kinds of other stuff going on, baseball, softball, and then all the stuff that goes on in those parks. So it's not like you don't have the luxury to just leave it up, like maybe somebody wants to leave their Christmas lights up a little longer or whatever. If you're sitting there and it's -10 in -15 in mid-January, you still got to get stuff down.
You're right. Yeah, absolutely. It's hard to find volunteers now. It's much harder during pickup time, when we're blessed to have a beautiful park. And part of that is they have all kinds of amenities in the park that people enjoy. So that balancing act of trying to maintain an open park for people to enjoy all the things that they enjoy doing in the park, all the AstroTurf fields, and disc golf, and they love playing all the activities that they can there, pickleball. So being able to do that while we're trying to produce the display of the size that we try to produce every year, and so working together to make sure we can make that happen.
Are you a techie guy? If a light goes out, do you fix it?
I think all the above. I think you have to be a jack of all trades. So I think we learned so much early on. We felt like we had a good handle coming in. It's really, we described the time that we're in the park, but the prep work that you do prior to that. It's almost a 12-month out of the year project. With my wife, Nicole does a phenomenal job at designing the park and those type of things that we work on layout before we even show up. I remember that first year, one of the things that stands out to me is Bob Scott, and the passion that he always had for the 16 years of the Avenue of Lights, that it was right there in front of us every single day during our first year, when he was so kind and generous with his time, coming out, helping us and teaching us and walking us through things. He was happy that somebody was taking on the project, and he did everything he possibly could to help us be successful. And so the things that we learned from him that we still wouldn't know today if it wasn't for his guidance and direction, is something that we've never forgotten, and appreciate. I've got a lot of gratitude for them.
I worked for Bob for a few years out at Quincy Raceways, and of course when he was really running Skateland before, Jeff sort of, kind of picked up the ball there to turn it into Scotty's Fun Spot. And I remember many times walking in the old skating rink and seeing Bob having some pinball machine or some video game ripped open and all the guts out and doing that. And I was just like, I just don't know how you do that. But then when he started doing Avenue of the Lights, it was like, oh, if Bob can take care of all, if Bob can fix a Pac-Man machine, he'll have no problem making sure these lights are all up and running.
Yeah, and if you're not really handy to begin with, it's, we always say that one of the most interesting things about the project is you can't have 800 to 1,000 displays all working at the same time. It never happens. So you're going to be there every single night, and something's going to need attention. And if you don't get to those one or two things that need attention tonight, there'll be one or two more tomorrow, and one or two the next day. And so we're really there every single day trying to maintain the display as it's open. We always say people are coming through the park every day. We feel a responsibility to produce the best display we possibly can for the people coming through tonight. And we'll feel that same obligation tomorrow night. So whatever we can do to improve it, make it better, we're working on it, fix it, maintain it every single night that we're open. There's people coming through the display every night that have never seen it before, at least never seen it before this year. And we try to make sure it looks different every year. So we want to make sure that we're fulfilling the expectations of the community, and we want to be proud of the product that we're putting out there.
Well, it certainly is. It's a source of pride for the community. There's no doubt about it. And I know that when the kids are in town and everybody from out of town who comes back, they want to see it. And yeah, there's going to be. You've got some traditionals, you've got some old favorites, but then yeah, you've got the new stuff every year to give it that different, fresh look. And I think that's one of the things that just makes it so worthwhile.
The messages that we receive, that really bring home everything that you just said. People that are talking about, they were proposed to at the park. They talk about how I'm bringing my kids through, and it's important to me because my parents brought me through when I was a kid. I mean, the Facebook messages and text messages and emails, it's phenomenal. I'll never be a part of any project that is meaningful to as many other people as this, and we remember that every single year when we're doing it. We're lucky to be able to serve the community in this way. And I'm certain that as we hopefully, the project will hand off to somebody someday in the future, as we're kind of a temporary chaperone for it right now. We're going to look back on this, and I think very fondly, and realize that it's going to be hard to participate in any project during our lifetime that has this kind of impact.
What's the anticipated number of cars this year?
I think we're going to be between 12 and 15,000.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of cars, yeah.
And again, having those extra days doesn't hurt.
Doesn't hurt at all.
So again, as we're recording this on the Thursday, the week before Thanksgiving. This is running the weekend before Thanksgiving. So come Thanksgiving Day, what time does it start? Just when the sun goes down?
Yeah, Thanksgiving, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. every night from Thanksgiving all the way to that New Year's Eve. And opening night's going to be kind of neat. Little Caesars is going to be out there, and they're going to be giving away $10 gift cards to Little Caesars to the first 150
I was going to say, don't be giving away pizzas. It's Thanksgiving night. People are going to be full of turkey. So the gift card's a great idea.
Yeah, they got cookie bags, so the kids that come through. So I think that's something that I wish more people would participate in. There's really something special about that time of year and being out at the park and greeting people as they enter the park. The reward that we receive from participating in that, all those wounds seem to get healed of those weeks and months of setup and sacrifice and trying to produce this display every year that sometimes seems impossible. When you see families coming through and the excitement on kids' faces, and you see the windows being rolled down and the sunroof being opened up and kids sticking their head through the top, and you can hear it, you can see it, it's a great experience that you have to be out there to fully appreciate. So those businesses that want to participate, like so many of them do, there's plenty of dates that are open. We've posted our special event nights already on the Festival of Lights Facebook page. If you see a night that you'd like to come out, businesses participate in however they want to, and oftentimes people will come out and hand out candy canes to the cars or do whatever they want. And we always say that our job at the Festival of Lights is to fulfill their vision for participation. However they would like for us to do that, we're happy to do. And you're going to see more of that in this year's display than you ever have. Behind the scenes, we always refer to the Festival of Lights as our community and lights. And the participation of people that we've worked with for over a year that wanted to have, you know, a certain footprint within the display to feature their support of the display is going to be different this year than ever before. We worked with, you know, businesses that wanted 30-foot wide or 20-foot tall displays that feature, you know, what they do and their participation in the display. So you're going to see a lot of that you've never seen before in big ways. And so we're really proud of the people that came to us and said, this is how I'd like my footprint to be, this is how I want to be featured in the display, and that we were able to produce those things for them.
Cost to take your vehicle through?
$20 per car.
Whether you got 15 or what, do you have like a bus? There's a bus limit too, though,
Yep,
right?
yep. There's a bus price at $40 a bus,
Sure.
but yeah, $20 per car load. And boy, we see the cars come in, and we see them. They're packing them in there, and hopefully enjoying the display, taking pictures, taking video. One of our favorite things is when people come through and they're taking video and they're posting those videos online. It's really neat because you can hear them talking in the cars or taking video, and you're seeing what they're paying attention to and what they're talking about as they go through the display. Sometimes really revealing. So I always like seeing those.
There's a couple of the videos that we'll have linked directly below this interview, and also we'll have the Facebook page for Festival of Lights as well as their website all here. So when you're watching this interview, just look below and click and find out all your times and get ready to go. So, well, you got to get back to work. So I thank you for stopping by. Glad we could let folks know. And again, Thanksgiving night, head on out to the park, Wavering Moorman Park, and just soak it all in.
Appreciate you having me.
All right. Thanks a lot, Eric.
Thank you.
That's all the time we have for now. I'm Bob Goff. See you next week.